So my close friend, Jared, continues to do these videos while he is in his car driving back and forth and doing all this stuff. So I'm like, this is actually a great time to utilize my time if I am driving a lot, which I have been lately. So I figured I'll make a little video about what's been going on. So I don't know, it's just YouTube. I'm not very good at posting on YouTube. So here's my plan for the weekend. I run a podcast, and I haven't posted anything in my podcast since 2023. It's near the end of 2023. I did my final podcast episode with a strongman that really should be pro by now. His name is Jesse Campbell, and the podcast, the name of the podcast is the Northern Strength Podcast, and that episode, it's actually two episodes, so it's 2 hours of content, and it is called Deeper Meanings with Jesse Campbell. Jesse is one of the most experienced strongmen in the game, at least as far as like Canadian strongman goes. He was competing since before I was competing, and he has competed at the Arnold's and OSG multiple times, and he has been on the podium at Canadian Nationals so many times, it's ridiculous. This guy is one of the most stand-up dudes I've ever met. But I am wanting to revamp the podcast and start posting again. So what I'm looking for, firstly, is if you have a history in strongman and you want to be in the podcast, reach out to me, because I seriously want to talk to people who are in it. I also want to branch out into martial arts. I want to branch out into other sports. So if you're a powerlifter, if you're a bodybuilder, if you're a jiu-jitsu guy or an MMA guy, like, reach out to me. I would like to talk with people and have these experiences and post it online and just have people be able to talk about things and hear about it. So yeah, if you see this and you're interested, let me know. I've interviewed a number of people already, but this weekend I'm looking to interview, I would say, one of the top prospects from Canada in the U80 category, one of the top prospects from BC, so the province of BC, in the U80 category, in Jared Carrier. He's actually the inspiration for this video, by the way. I would like to have a podcast with him, and I would like to have a podcast with a guy who I think is also one of the top prospects in the U90 class. His name is Jeremy Patfield. So I'm going to be sitting down and doing podcasts with both of these guys, and hopefully you enjoy it. I don't know, I think it's going to be really cool. If I have the time, and I know he's very busy, I would like to also sit down with the Ronin fitness coach, Kyle Evanoff. He's the 2020 lightweight Canadian national champion. He is now transitioned fully into arm wrestling and is one of the best arm wrestlers in BC in Alberta, in his weight class. So I'm rather excited to be doing all these things this weekend. I'd also like to start getting some ladies on the podcast. So I don't know, I got a few friends who I've been thinking about doing like call-in interviews with. So if you know any strong girls who want to be on a podcast, let me know and I will do my best to get them in. I think that'd be really cool. But it's something it's been on my heart a long time, and I'm finally feeling mentally well enough that I can start branching out and doing this crap again. So I'm super excited. I'm really, really excited. On that note, I'm also traveling out this weekend to go to a competition in Grand Prairie in Alberta, and I am super pumped for it. And it will be my official debut as a pro U90 competing in the 105s, because I'm not allowed to compete in the U90s anymore in amateur shows. And it's actually a heavier show than I would like to. It's a little bit heavier. So there are 3 events that I don't necessarily like at all coming up in this show. So the first event is a dumbbell ladder. I love dumbbells. That's just something that's amazing for me. I love that event. The next one, I believe, is a sandbag, keg, sandbag, but there's a wheelbarrow involved. So like, usually anybody who knows me when it comes to competing, I love moving events. So anything to do with sandbags or kegs, anything to do with running with odd objects, I'm usually super down for, but my grip is terrible. And there's a wheelbarrow involved, so I gotta load all these objects into a wheelbarrow and then friggin' do that. So I'm not really excited about that. I mean, like, I'm excited to try it, but I'm like, I don't have a huge amount of faith that it's going to go super well. I shouldn't say that. I'm just gonna keep my gonna keep myself positive while I think about it, you know. And I'm gonna try my best at that event. Obviously, I always try my best. But after that is a deadlift ladder. Now, I love deadlift generally. My favorite is like deadlift for reps. I really don't like deadlift for max. I'm not a great, maximal lifter for 1 rep max. But my deadlift for reps is fantastic. And I can grind it out pretty good. But this is it's 3 bars, and I just don't like deadlifting in a ladder because my grip is usually a major letdown. But luckily, 2 of the bars are axles, so people are going to be strapping in anyway. So I'm going to be strapping in, which I don't feel as bad about. But it's still not my favorite thing. It's also ending with a deadlift from 13 or 14 inches, which is 655 pounds, which for me is going to be like a very tough maximal effort. I'm not that strong when it comes to that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. Just going to do our best. After that event is going to be a duck walk into Farmers. I would have to say, as a guy who has a very short legs and very short arms, duck walk is a diabolical, disgusting, horrible event, and I hope I never have to do it again ever in my life. It's terrible. So I'm not really looking forward to that. But then after that, we have farmers walks at 285 pounds per hand. I don't even want to lift the farmers. I don't even think I can lift the farmers. This hand is completely useless when it comes to super heavy grip work. So we're probably just going to walk the duck walk a little bit to get a point, and then we're just going to call it there. It is what it is. The final event is one of my all-time favorites. It's going to be stone over bar, and I'm going to PR my stone because it's 2 options. I get a 265 or a 335, I think. And the bar is actually really low. It's only like 52 inches or something. In BC, the regular bar height is 56 inches. Most of Canada runs regular bar height at 56 inches, but I'm not complaining about this. Make the stones heavier and make the bar lower as far as I'm concerned. I would prefer that because I'm not a very tall guy, but I'm pretty damn good at stones. So I'm really excited about that. I'd like to PR because I've never done 330 for more than 1 rep. And depending on how my body feels at that point in the competition, I'll probably go for a few reps. So we'll see. We will see. Either way, I'm very excited, and I hope it goes well. So wish me luck. Tune in later. I will be posting a recap on the drive home. If I remember, please remind me. Send me a message on Instagram and remind me to do a recap video because I don't always remember to do that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I have no idea if this is going to catch any traction or even if the audio is working in this stupid loud car. But we will see. So yeah, have a beautiful day, guys.